everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here today, my name's Rachel and I'm a musician, and in today's video what I'm going to be doing is listening to Austria's song for Eurovision 2026 for the first time, giving a bit of musical analysis, commentary, all from a musician's perspective. This is Cosmó with Tanzschein. I hope I pronounced that all correctly. This will be the host nation song this year, so I'm excited to listen to this one. Just by looking at it, it looks quite interesting and cool, so I'm really intrigued to see what this one sounds like. So stay tuned to the end and I'll score the song out of 10 as per usual. And you can check out a playlist on my channel page which contains all my reviews from this year's contest so far, including little bits of national finals which I've done more this year. So I think without further ado, get straight into the reaction. Okay. Very low tones at the moment across all the instruments. Interesting staging so far. Just 3 chords. It's in German, I guess, Austrian German. Right. Subtle movements, interesting kind of minimalist approach, simplistic melody. It's sort of very tame but also outlandish in the way it's been staged. Right, pause it right there because I think I've halfway through now. Yeah, interesting so far because I'm not quite sure how to feel. It's like a sort of, I'm impressed in some aspects of this, but I'm also cringing at other aspects of this. And I think it's mainly because there is some really strong elements to the staging, the choreography. Everything's kind of synced up nicely with the backing dancers. There's an interesting backstory, I think, with the costumes they're wearing. Also the costume he is wearing with the star over the eye. I think that is all quite slick and it feels very well put together. But on the flip side, vocals, kind of delivery of even the spoken word bits lacks a little, I think, and doesn't quite match up to the expectations set by the staging and how it's all kind of coming together kind of live. Yeah, I'm just feeling the slickness of all of that is not equally matched by his vocals, his styling, in the way he's delivering it all. It's just slightly, something is missing the mark here. And I also feel like the backing track is just heavy bass, drums, a little bit of synth, and then him. And it's all very kind of thin texturally. And I kind of get the idea of that, in that they kind of want it to all be about his voice, what he's saying, all the focus kind of on that and less distractions. But I do think it's still a bit threadbare, and I'd like to kind of hear something maybe with a synthesizer, just approaching it slightly differently, a bit more melody in there, something a bit more decorative, because at the moment it is actually quite bare and quite stripped back, and that kind of can't be made up fully by the visual aspect. I think sonically it's got to come into its own somehow. So let's see how it develops. I feel like we're getting a copy and paste structure of what we had at the beginning as well. So let's see what it brings next, and then we can kind of conclude at the end how it's gone. There's subtle harmonies in there, which is good. It needs a bit of elevation. You see, the vocals here are intriguing, but I just don't think that on its own does enough. You see a little inflection of the melody there with the synth, but it's just not enough. Little choral backing vocals. Okay, we've had a bit more of a change in the bass line. It's switched to more of a synth kind of techno sound. A bit more adventurous. We've had a bit of doubling in the rhythm now as well. Right, interesting. It did venture off in a different direction slightly there, and it kind of added a little bit more interest. And I could tell it really wants to be charming and fun and intriguing and quirky and cheeky and all of that. But I just don't think it quite lives up to what it wants to be, unfortunately. And it's nice and it's good. And I don't think it's bad or anything. I just don't think it's like hitting all the marks it needs to be what it wants to be, if that makes sense. Yeah, I just feel slightly underwhelmed by that one. I think part of the reason is that his voice, in terms of the singing part, not the spoken part, I don't think his voice actually suits that genre of what they're going for. The spoken part does, that kind of gritty, grovelly voice, almost kind of like what Karia was doing. But the vocals, it just his voice type and sound and timbre and all of that doesn't quite match this type of genre. So I think he would benefit from being in something else entirely, which is a shame. But I do like that it's in German. I think that's quite nice. I think kind of a variety of languages is something I love to hear at the contest every year. And in a mix of all these different genres as well, that's great. But yeah, I just don't think that was to the level of last year. And I don't think it's particularly going to do well this year, unfortunately. It's like not quite jokey enough, not quite serious enough. It falls somewhere in between, and I think that can easily just sort of slip through the cracks. So let me know down below what you think of this one. I'm intrigued, actually. See what you guys think. In terms of a score, I think I'll give that a 6 out of 10. Bits of it were good, but it's just not living up to the expectations. Yeah, let me know what you think and stay tuned. Got loads more reactions to come. I think we've had all the songs out now, so I've got to play a bit of catch up at this point, but plans to make lots of videos this week, all being well, so stay tuned, and I'll see you all very soon. Have a good rest of your day. Bye.